Alright, what's good, YouTube? Today we here is March 19th. Got a trade recap for y'all. I'm gonna go over the win that I took today on my evals, and I'm also gonna go over the loss that I took, why it was a loss, what my thoughts were in the market today. Made this pretty quick, so yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so when we came into the day, we were in this. I'm gonna say that I came into the day with a bearish bias. I'm gonna say that first and foremost. Came into the day with a bearish bias. We're dumping here. I feel like we were attacking this low over here, but we got SMT with ES. ES already took this low, and we were also inside of a 2 hour fair value gap. So I kind of just paid attention to that. I had a bearish bias predominantly, but you gotta react to the market and not predict it. So when we actually came in on the lower time frame, you can see there weren't really many gaps opening up for like a bearish trade. So usually you kind of just sit on your hands. You don't take anything. But like I said, I didn't marry my bias because we were also in this bullish 2 hour gap on NQ, and then ES already took this low. So it kind of was just like, we'll have a neutral bias. So that's what I did. Kind of came into the day looking to see if we could open up any gaps. We didn't really open anything, and I started to see this stacked liquidity above. Like, we just got internal high after internal high. This seemed like a good delivery earlier, possibly. Was it this one or? No, it was this. This was a good delivery earlier. If you were like pre-market trading, this probably would have been a decent trade, I guess. But this is that's way too early for me to be trading. But yeah, like this seemed like a decent trade right here. We swept out a low inside of a fair value gap, 5 minute. Was this a 15-minute too, I think? Yeah, this is a 15-minute too. Swept out the low inside of it, pumped down. I mean, good trade, but I wouldn't have been trading at this point. So, on to the trade that I took. We had this 4-minute gap. 1 second, let's let this load. We had this 4-minute gap right here. And I'm not gonna lie, I called this out to my boys in Discord. Like, if this closes, bro, this probably is a great setup. Like, we're in this 2 hour, we inverse this 4-minute, good candle, pretty strong candle at that. Stop loss, you could put it below this low if you want to, or if you want. It depends on your strategy. Sometimes I like to target this low, the close, a close below the fair value gap. So like I put it at the candle. Sometimes the body, sometimes the wick. Just a reasonable stop loss. Targeting right here. Like I said, this was an area where we had some sort of gap. It was a 15-minute, even though it had already been mitigated, just like a decent little target. Because realistically, I wanted us to come all the way back up here. I think this was an hourly. Yeah, this was an hourly. Kind of wanted to see us come back up here and maybe potentially try to sweep this out to continue lower. Don't know, don't care. This was another target for me. So we got that 4-minute close. Play it out. And bang. There we go. You see it played out. I want to say I might have gotten out a little bit earlier than this. If you check, I'm gonna post a short in a second of the trade that I took, and then if you also look at my TikTok and Instagram, I posted that short. But on to the loss that I took on my live account. So I took this trade on my live and my eval. I got out on my evals and my live at the same time, but I got greedy. And that's one thing that is one of the sins of trading. Like, you can't be greedy with this shit. You can't. Because if you get greedy, the market makes you pay. And I paid. So, I got out, I think, right here. Or maybe even, I think, honestly, my first target was right here. I went for like a 1.5. I don't usually like to target like too high RR in situations where I know bias is kind of conflicted, or I'm just not super convicted all the way in the trade. yeah, I honestly want to say I got out right here, like around this 1.5 area, because I don't remember us coming back down. I would have got break even if yeah, I would have got break even if this was the trade. But yeah, um, I took another loss being greedy, and that's a part of trading. Like I said, it's a sin. It's one of the sins of trading: greed, comparison, all that stuff. It can make you lose trades. Like the thing about is trading is truly gambling. The only thing that makes it not gambling is having a system, having a checklist that you follow daily, having a bias. All of those things they make the probability of your trade playing out go more in your favor. And that's all trading is. Trading is a game of probabilities. And you know, following a setup is what makes you probable to get profits. And that's something that I know that I still, broke my rule trying to be greedy. But that's honestly like my point here though. Like you can't you can't be greedy trading. You can't no matter what. Don't ever try to re-enter in a trade just to gain an extra $200 or any of that, because that's what I did. I got this was a good one and a half ratio trade, because realistically, like, you want to go for the easy targets and call it a day. This target right here, you see it actually took a minute for this target to hit, but that's why you want to go for the low hanging fruit. You want to go for the targets that are on your way to your target, like your bigger target, I guess. So, like, if you want to play it safe and you want to have a higher win rate, go for trades like this. Honestly, we break, you could still go break even right here, which would be kind of pointless at that point. But you're out of the trade right here. It's a higher win rate if you trade like this, where you just take these 1R trades, maybe a little higher. Like I said, I went for a 1.5. I didn't actually end up targeting this high up here. But that's the trade I took. As far as the loss, like I said, I got out right here. I think I tried to get back in to get a little extra profit, so I got stopped out, ended up taking a loss. And this is on my live account. But on my evals, we're up. I think we're up like 600 on the day. I initially sized in bad on my evals, and I had took like a quick loss just to re-enter. But like I said, I made it back. I made like 1,800 on the re-entry. So, but yeah, that's that's uh that's it for today though. That's it for this trading recap. Like I said, I kind of wanted to make this quick. I think I still went a little over. In all honesty, yeah, this is 8 minutes long for no reason. But I'm gonna end it here, man. This is today's trade recap. Hopefully we catch another one tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Announcement: Discord will be coming soon. I already have a Discord set up. I gotta get a few things worked out. Get roles set up and whatnot. But the Discord will be coming soon. I want to start a community. People who support me. For the people who actually want to learn trading and get into trading, like, I'll start dropping gems, all that, man. But that's coming soon, man. Be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna talk about that in a few more videos. I want to keep posting some consistent content. Just get that ball rolling, and then, I mean, yeah, we'll figure that out. But that's it for today, man. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, bro. Y'all be easy. You feel me?